It's tea time with
Kelly,
Tea?
and Lee. Ladies, what you sipping on?
I am continuing my journey to health and wellness and sticking with my water, but it has electrolytes in it, thanks
Weren't
to
you
my good.
just drunk the last episode?
Maybe I was. Isn't that what happened when you're a heavy drinker? Like, you just forget things? No, I'm not a heavy drinker. I think, okay, wait. Last episode, I might have had spirit,
You did.
but I have been on my water kick again.
No, you
I haven't
haven't.
been drinking sodas. I already don't drink milk. I don't drink juice anyway. Yeah, like 100% water or water with electrolytes.
Period. I
No,
have sweet tea.
I have some good old fashioned orange juice. I don't know why it's doing something for me today, but I'm like, oh, this is good.
But you like citrus stuff now. Lemon
yeah,
and orange.
It's been settling my tummy, so I guess that makes sense.
the acids.
They always do it.
Well, what y'all been reading?
So I just finished a fantasy trilogy with these girls in the group chat. And when I tell you they build me up just to let me down.
Do you know what it is? I think Lee be putting roots on us when we
So
move on. When we read something without her, and especially it's fantasy, what we don't know is happening is that lock of hair that she snatched up at BRBF last year. She be adding to the cauldron.
to the doll.
Y'all will never enjoy fantasy without me.
Until you include me.
First of all, you're in the group chat. You just choose not to engage.
And every once in a while I do open a group chat just to check on my pretties and see how y'all doing. I'm reaching
Exactly.
out
That's
little
how you
kids.
do
So
us.
creepy, by the way. You just see the little bubble pop up, and I'm like, Lee, we see you. We see you. See us. See you.
I
Say
didn't even say
something.
hello. I just check on my pretties, see how y'all doing.
But the chat is growing. I think we now have like 9 in
We
there. Not
shouldn't.
everyone participates.
We should cut some people out.
Don't put me out.
You're number one on the list.
You put
You
me if
already know
you
who gets my
think you're
vote.
not enjoying those books now,
You're
wait
just
till you
lucky I
put me
didn't
out.
make that group because I would be booting y'all.
You
Who
just
did
wait.
make that one?
Who knows?
Lee
I
might
don't
have made
know.
it.
Maybe.
You
But
try
choice
it if
between
you
you and
want
me.
to.
Y'all love to make a group chat.
I do.
Keep me out of it.
It makes it so much
If
easier to
I'm
keep
not
up.
already in it, I don't want to be a part of a new one. I can't.
Yeah, it gets to be a bit much. But Lee, so I know you've been struggling to get back in your flow. What have you been reading?
I'll say this. We've been doing Aria Days April, and I am having a time in her catalog. Such a good time. I didn't realize how much I needed comedic relief in books, you know?
Maria's writing is hilarious.
She is
She's a
so
funny
funny
lady.
and she's witty and the banter's
The
good.
banter is good.
And I feel like when you're a reader, you think you know where books are going, but I can never really see where her books are going. And so I just finished The Glistening. And, there's this peach right on the front of the book. And
I
I,
was just gonna say that song with the peach on the front, right?
and I had no clue where the book
Where the
was
peach was
going.
coming in.
But I'm so glad I didn't know where it was going and I just trusted the process because there were nights where Marcus was like, "What's so funny?" I'm up cracking up at this book. It became my favorite thing to read just like right before bedtime, just like a lighthearted
You said you
before I
just
went to
finished it? When they were at that Halloween party and that when I tell you I cracked up at that part, I said, "Child, Aria, how did we get here? What the confusion was hilarious."
For me, it's the way she puts characters together that are so different. So the couple, their
Yes.
names is escaping me right now. They're so the two complete opposites. The one's like, somebody touch her peach, I'm putting a hex on her. The other one's like, it's really not that deep. Like
And she's
somebody
like,
touch
"No,
her
I know it
peach.
was a peach on that branch."
Yes.
And that was gone.
So quite literally, Killa, I'll give you a quick synopsis. So like in group trip, we meet like the friend group, and pretty much
Mm,
everybody in the friend group is coupled up, but there's one person in the friend group who is single named Maya, right? And
mm.
Maya is a time in
The best
group
time.
trip, the best time. So when I found out the glistening was about her journey, I was like, oh yes, I need it. And so she unfortunately was in like a long-term relationship that didn't end well, but it needed to end because he was a piece of crap. And so she's like just kind of like trying to date and she's not having the best of luck. Her granny's like, you put your life on hold to take care of me. Like, I want you to be happy. I want you to find someone. And we all know that story. Like, I want somebody good, but I don't know where to look. And so quite literally, they fall into her lap, or rather she falls into their lap because she steals a peach from their yard, from this couple's yard.
Hence the peach on the cover.
Yeah, hence the peach on the cover, and they put some well, one of the girlfriends put some root work on her because she stole that peach. It was just a great time, and I'm excited. I'm gonna keep going. I know that I'm a little late, so my Aria days April's gonna roll into May, but I'm having a good time. So, and
Yeah,
they're short too, so
and
it's
they're
like
short, which makes
yeah.
it like yum 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 yum.
I wanna get into it. I just when I
Your
say
eyeballs don't work.
yeah, I have not been able to turn a page digitally or physically. Now with, 5 Broken Blades, 4 Whoever's, and the 3 Shattered Souls, I did do that one immersively whenever I could. Yeah, I can't, and I tried, like, I think I got through chapter 1, and I was having a good time, but when I closed it for the day, I have not touched that Kindle since. I don't even know where my Kindle is, I don't think, but,
Listen, stop doing Kendall Jenner like that. You
I
keep
know,
losing her, and she don't like that.
but, I haven't lost those audiobooks.
Anyway, what are you listening to, girl?
So, I was a part of the fantasy group that just finished The 3 Shattered Souls, which is the Blades trilogy, but I'm also listening to Laws of Depravity by Eric LaSalle, and it's actually narrated by Eric LaSalle, which
Yes,
pro
it
tip,
is.
you're an actor, narrate your own stuff. Like,
Period. Because
save the court.
he's doing a good I am enjoying the narration. I thought
Yeah.
it was gonna suck, but I don't know him, but it was really good. I was like, this isn't a bad listen. I mean, it's scary. I can't do it. But the voice
He
is
defends
very
scary
good.
men.
It's like, don't sign me up for a serial killer. And she'd be like, okay, T, how about we read this one? I'd be like, okay, let's do it. She'd be like,
I didn't know it was a serial killer. Blame Big Mama. She was the one who told me to read it. So,
no, you and Big Mama, I'm done reading books with y'all. Y'all choose these books that stab me in the heart.
I'm having a good time, but I think I'm having to just take a break from romance for a while.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's doing too much for me, but that's where I'm at. So I'm gonna start another fantasy this week with T. I forgot what it's called already,
Correct. But we better
but I'm
do it.
having a good time. It's picking up and it's making me like. But I will say the only thing that I'm not loving about this audio is it introduced a lot of characters and side characters, and so I'm like, who is this? And what are they doing here? And I have to keep going back because it's like, oh, it's a flashback and it's a memory of a person who's not really on page with their own
And
page.
you're just slowly listening to this. You're not immersive.
Yeah, I'm having to take my sweet time with it because of how many moving parts. So I think I started it last week,
Yeah, we
and I
started.
yeah. So I think I have to finish by this weekend though.
And which one is this?
Laws of
Love of
Depravity,
Depravity.
Love.
the Martyr Maker series, which book 4 is about to come out. I think sometime this year.
Yes, it's like September or something.
Yeah.
October.
So I need to get them in before that so I can grab it.
I want to lie and say, I'm gonna read this with y'all and I'm gonna read that with y'all, but at
You
this
do
stage
be
of my life,
lying.
I'm just so sick of
And
lying.
that's how me and Killer end up reading stuff by ourselves.
And then Lee crashes out about it. And then she comes back and she's like, I mean, I wasn't gonna be able to read it anyway, but I just feel some type of way that y'all reading it. Don't talk about it in this chat if y'all are gonna read without me.
To be fair, I do read some books with you. Like, I'm almost done with Dro. I know I'm moving slow, but I hope we can have a conversation when I'm done.
He will be done with the entire series.
But does that matter?
Yes, because she's gonna forget details.
You know I'm gonna forget details. When you said I was reading Draw, I was like, have I read that? Yeah, I have. It took me a minute. It took me
And Killer was like, guys, my 21 days are running out. Let's pick it up. And when we picked it up and read it, and now she done just slipped her mind.
I'm telling you, I'm moving on to the next one and another one and another one. I'm just consuming this year.
I
Like
like
that's
it.
just what I'm doing.
I like
I
it.
like it.
So what y'all got black tonight?
So, I'm so excited about this. The author, Aisha Bree, she has a cover design business and I'm subscribed to her newsletter because she puts out like the most beautiful covers for authors. She announced something called Story Roulette. It's these cards for authors. There's 3 different decks. And I mean, I haven't opened it yet. So I'm assuming some type of spinner, but it like helps randomly pick stuff. And that's what you write your story about.
Hmm.
Because for me, sometimes, well, the hardest part is getting started or coming up with ideas. And so the idea of this is like, we're just supposed to write, like, let it take you wherever the cards
Yeah.
take you. And my goal, once I'm wrapping up this Crestwood Chronicles, is to stop writing all these series and to start writing more standalones.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm excited
I'm
about this
excited to
project.
have some
But
stuff
you
pop up
can't
in
give
my
in to the
email.
peer pressure of the
What you say?
fans. I said, but you can't give in to the peer pressure of the fans to make things more.
I will say this. I've learned that I will only give into the pressure on like Patreon and Substack because like those are like my house communities. And I know that it doesn't have to be long. So like right now I'm doing Chanel's interlude, which is like Chanel's point of view in the middle of Bulletproof Love. They want a little bit more of Ava and 109. Sure, you want some more, I'll give it to you. And y'all can get it one chapter at a time. But the pressure to like put out a whole part 2, part 3, part 4, Christmas, that's just too much.
Even though I do love a Christmas novella.
I was just gonna say, she loves a little holiday
I love a
novella.
little holiday
Loves little
situation.
snippet, a little holiday snippet.
Yeah. Killer, what you got, Black?
I was gonna say, 'cause I know I have it. I have Slather body butter, which was actually gifted to me by my lovely co-host T. And this in the Velvet Orchid. I find myself huffing it a lot.
Okay.
Like, and it's hard to. I can't put my finger on what it smells like, but I love it. I like the way it
It's
smells.
fair.
And so I'm definitely gonna get more because I'm horrible with stuff you have to order. I'm just horrible with it. I run out of my vitamins every month. I'm just not good at it. But I'm hoping
She'll
she
be
has a
at BRBF, so you can pick some up.
say
Yeah,
less.
'cause
'Cause
girl,
I'll
it be
be
like the Hunger Games when she be dropping more of them. You got to be quick.
You do have to
yeah,
be
it
quick.
smells really good. Like I said, I can't really yeah, it's hard to explain. And I have dry skin, and I feel like my skin does pretty well with it. Surprisingly,
Oh,
I
very
usually
good.
don't love the products. I usually use them on my hand, but I be slathering up, baby. It's like, oh yeah, so that's what I got.
Yeah.
What you got, T?
Tonight I have my favorite singer, Jasmine Sullivan.
He always got the good shirts. She always got the good t-shirt.
So, just a little something, something. It was her birthday. She was real cute. So I
Are
just
y'all
said,
going to the R&B concert?
So Marcus got tickets like before I even knew that tickets were available. He got tickets during the city presale, and I feel like he wants something from me.
he
I'm
does.
gonna just say that.
It's
He
called a
wants to go have
baby.
a baby. Yeah.
You see those TikToks where it's like the drumline beat and then she's put her hair and she's like, and I'm like, and people are like, you got tickets already? I'm like, yeah, we got 2 tickets already. Good seats in Cleveland, which is the town over. They not
Period.
even coming to my town. We're going to town over.
I
It made
love
me
that.
think of it because there's an Etsy shop that has a shirt that I want. I don't do concerts, but the way she did it, it's like block letters R and B, but inside the R is all these album arts of Ushers, and then the B there's all these album arts of
Send
Chris
the
Brown.
link.
And
I
then
need it.
I
Yeah.
was like, I want
Okay,
the
Keith.
shirt. Yeah, I'm
Correct.
gonna say that. I was like, I gotta get that because I
I
was
also
like,
don't. I love the idea of concerts. I don't like them.
yeah, I don't do concerts.
The last one I went to see Fantasia. Great concert. I would just like to watch this from the house though.
And see, I've never actually been to a concert.
So you don't know
But
if
I
you like them or not.
no, 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 no. I know that I wanna enjoy a concert for a plethora of reasons.
'Cause
One,
you're old.
I only like the
You hate
album version of
fans.
a song. So if you don't sing it how you sang it on that track, you're gonna annoy me. And they be getting creative liberties up there on the stage. I don't want to pay $250 to hear everybody else in the arena sing it. Shut up. I want to hear that person sing the song. And third and final, I don't like being in a contained space with too many people who's also that are too excited. Like y'all be jumping around and sit down. Like I do the orchestra, I do the ballet. It's civilized. Everyone's sitting down. I can see my clear exits.
And I am the complete opposite. I love everything about everybody's being wasted. They're swaying around. They're singing at the top of their lungs.
Ain't
I love that. It's just be a lot of people. Give me like, I don't know what I need to make it better.
a private
What?
concert.
I like the camaraderie. I like the we singing and doing the dance. Like I like all of that.
Yeah, I
but
was you need like a private concert with you and your closest homies. That way y'all can have the time, but you ain't gotta have the big
Give me
time
a
with the
box.
best with.
The best concert I ever went to, it was a Chance the Rapper concert. And I mean, of course, it was the album Coloring Book, which is one of my favorites. Of course, like the content was good, but I think what made it so good was Marcus had a friend who had a box. So the only people in the box were the people that we came with. And it was like 5 of us. And so everybody had space to dance, to move. There was food, there was alcohol in the box. There was nobody you didn't know in your space stepping on
We'll
you.
probably do that.
That was really nice. It was it was pricey now, but it was very nice. And I was like,
so
okay,
now
if
we
I
gotta get
had
a
it,
box.
yeah.
But also, I don't know that we like the same music.
Okay. Well, my favorite person to see in concert is Jill Scott. That's what I really want to see. And she tends to pick intimate venues where it's not too many people. I like R&B, like neo soul type. I mean, I'll see rappers, but that's not my like preferred.
See, and all my artists are dead. I like 60s, 70s soul and funk. They ain't had no. You might get Maze, but you might get a fourth of the group, half.
I was about to say some of them still on tour.
No, some are still here. And see, and I don't like another pet peeve. If you were a quartet, if there was 4 of you and one has gone on to glory, I'm sorry, rest in peace. Don't backfill that slot. This is not a position on the org chart. You're not a part of the
It
group.
is because we're doing a 4-part harmony. We
I
can't do
don't.
that with 3 people.
We got
We need
AI.
somebody
Figure
else
it
to
out.
hold that note.
Figure out how to harmonize with some artificial intelligence. I can't do it. I don't want to see some newbie on the stage. I can't.
You are so strict in every area.
Every area. Every area. I own that. I own that. But I keep saying I'm gonna try because my husband, he likes concerts. We've been together 16 years and he has not been to a concert in 16 years.
Aw, Killa. You need
And
to
I'm
get
I
him
feel
some
like
concert
maybe
tickets.
Patrick should just go. Killer will be there when you get back.
I'm his person though. So if I don't go, he won't go. So I said I'm gonna try.
You haven't tried though. It's been 16 years.
But it's say,
I
wait, you
said
better
I
try.
can't what the did to try in 2026. Give me time to warm up and adjust.
It's been 16 years.
I like music festivals. I've done those. Like I could do a music because it's outdoors. There's space,
So
kind of
Coachella
thing.
is your thing.
Not Coachella's too big.
Like a roots picnic. But I feel like that's more difficult. There's nowhere to sit.
Oh, I always go VIP. Like I'm gonna be with
Yeah,
this.
but a lot of these festivals, even if you're VIP, like, because I'm like thinking of Coachella, everybody's standing up, no?
So we had one here, or we had a couple. We had one that was called City Stages. We had one. My favorite one was the Crawfish Boil. Whenever there was a VIP section, there was plenty of seating, and it was usually elevated seating so that you wouldn't have to worry about looking over the crowds and stuff like that. That's how I would
But
attend.
you've been to a concert before. I would consider even
See, everyone's like, "That's
outside.
not a concert. That's not a concert." And I'm like, "Well, that's the only thing I've done."
If there's live music happening on the stage, whether you're inside or outside, I still consider that a
For
concert.
sure. For sure.
Well, then yeah, then we've been to a concert. I don't have to go to one this year then, so we're good.
That's not true. He wants to go, then you go with him.
If most people who love concerts, if we can, we would see every single time our favorite person is touring, we would see it. Before COVID,
Who
I
does
used
he
to
want
go
to go
5 to
see?
6 in a year.
He usually wants to go to the throwback tours, like when New Edition was touring, because
Have
like
a good time.
Any Heartbreak, like that's his go-to album. I'm just like,
Yeah.
okay, like
Oh, then you have to go to that if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah, it is. He likes him a good old alcoholic beverage. He wants you to have an alcoholic beverage with him.
And
So you
I'm just
want to
sitting with my
say, bend
pocketbook.
over, girl. Show me what you're working with.
And I was just sitting there with my pocketbook waiting for the show to end, just like this.
Well, as long as you stand before him, because if y'all don't know, Kelly got that thing born her. She got that thing behind
That's what I'm saying. Patrick was posting up on the wall trying to own that thing.
You know what? This is a neck up situation. Nobody has to know about everything that's happening about here.
They'll see it. They'll see it in the next episode because I'm never with it. And it just.
That was probably one of the funniest moments when we first met in Atlanta. We had went to a Cheesecake Factory after I picked him up from the airport, and we're just walking on the sidewalk of tea talking about something. Kelly, why didn't you tell us that thing be banging?
She's gonna say, I'm tall, don't stare. Well, yeah, I'm staring, but not at your head.
I was like,
I know. She was like, y'all, I'm like, girl, I don't even know there's a rest of you.
And that's the funny thing. My entire life, I assumed people were staring because I was tall. And now y'all are giving me a whole different perspective. Maybe that's part of it.
Above that thing or around that thing. Okay.
Girl, we don't give a care about that height. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, maybe that's not why they're staring. Giving people a little too much credit, I guess. So yeah.
All right, y'all. So this episode, we are going to talk about M. Monique since we read her in March. We did a whole month of M. Monique and we read the summer series and we were introduced to 4 new MMCs. We had Gray, we had Blue, we had Kingston, and we had Aug.
And we got an honorable mention. We're not going to get out of here without talking about Blue.
You right. What's his name? Jehrico?
Jehrico? Was it Jehrico?
Jebediah. What's his name?
One of the original founders.
What's his name?
I think it was Jehrico. Because to me, Jehrico is like the Keanu of the elves.
Absolutely.
He's got to be included.
Okay, let me start over. We were introduced to 5 new MMCs: Gray, Blue, Kingston, August, and Jehrico.
Boom.
So, Lee, you love a themed month. How did you enjoy M. Monique March?
Loved it down. And I know that technically I get a bad rap for falling behind, but notice I ain't falling behind in March. Or at least not that far behind.
Yeah. We stay pretty on pace for that.
Yeah. Let me start by saying I apologize because I must be living under a rock. I realized I had only read one M. Monique book before Monique March, and it was the one that had the snowman on the cover. I think it doesn't have a snowman on the cover anymore because
they changed the covers.
It was like kidnapped by, I don't know, but I had a great time because this was during a time where everything was like such a sweet, soft, frilly Christmas romance, and it was like chapter 1, I snatched her up, and I was like, oh. Amen, hallelujah.
We love a good kidnapping.
He loves a good kidnapping.
And so I loved that book then, and I guess it didn't register to me that that was by M. Monique. And so when I'm sitting here saying that Uncovering Love, the book about Gray, was my first M. Monique book, and I went back and I'm like, oh, I'm lying. My Goodreads said that I had another.
Yeah.
But I liked it. I think that when you're dealing with someone who has an extensive catalog, such like a CCJ, Alexandria House, or M. Monique, I think sometimes the best thing you could do for yourself is really like indoctrinate yourself in their catalog at one time so you can like really get a good sense of their style and their writing. And I feel like we got that in March.
Killer.
So I would like to take full credit for bringing M. Monique March to the table. However, what I was not expecting was for the love of my life to be downgraded, because I am similar to Lee in the fact that I know I read M. Monique. I read them out of order. I read Blue probably, it might have been in 2024. It had been a minute. Ate it up. And I was like, that's my man, my man, my man. I love Blue. I love him to the day I die. So then we do M. Monique March, and I'm sitting back and I'm like, Who are these Wells gentlemen? Who is this Gray lad? Who is this Jehrico? Oh, yeah. We got some things to talk about. So how'd you like it, team?
I enjoyed it. I love a good series. And I also love to, when you go to book events and you keep seeing certain names and you're just like, I just don't know where to start. And then for us to have a theme that's like, well, we're going to read this series at this point in time. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 4 books. I enjoyed the Christmas
Yeah, you did the novella too.
novella. I enjoyed everything. It was unexpected. The storylines, I wasn't expecting what I got.
Because oftentimes when you read an urban romance, right, you're reading about someone who is the one behind bars, who is the one who's like the kingpin or the mob. We're reading about law enforcement.
Correct.
So you made me fall in love with men
Yeah.
in blue.
Yeah.
Like, that's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And who would have thought I liked me a roughneck law enforcement officer? Like, who would have thought?
Kelly, you
I
like
thought I wanted them all on the wrong side of the law. I would have never thought I wanted a law-abiding citizen. That's not.
and they be
not-
law abiding on technicalities. Technically, this is not against the law.
I smoke weed because weed ain't a drug.
They feet dirty when it comes to them and theirs.
And
I like
also, I like because you could definitely tell it was Florida based. Them was Florida boys. And we listened to the audio, but when you're reading the words on the pages, you can kind of hear the Floridian accent, like all the little babies, all of my babies, all of that is the essence of a Floridian man. And I
See,
like that.
I've never experienced a Floridian man, so I had to pause and go on TikTok and listen to the way they said little babe, and I was rubbing my little feet together. I said, oh, thank God a young Lee was nowhere near Florida. Amen, hallelujah.
Okay, so let's break down our guys first for those who may not have read. So first we have Uncovering Love. That's book 1, where we meet Gray. Gray is the oldest of the Summers children. And this is a stepdad.
Yeah.
Why? He's super family oriented. Like I'm like everything he does is about. And I was like, how did I not read this one first? What were the other tropes from Uncovering Love? So stepdad, he falls first because he definitely was feeling her before she was feeling him. That book was yes, for sure. Then you have Blue. Blue is I don't remember what his birth order is. I guess he's the second oldest. Are the girls the youngest in the family? The sisters?
Well, Gray and Blue are identical twins, so
That's right. The twins. That's right. I forgot that quick. They are twins.
they're
And
Yeah.
that's why that
identical
girl in book
twins.
1 was so mad. Because what you mean you ain't going to tell me about your twin brother?
Yeah. So
And he liked that she knew him so well. She knew exactly that that wasn't him. Everybody else would have been like, "Oh, Gray." She was like, "Who are you?"
she knew it wasn't him, but she was also like, we have some conversations to have.
You do.
I'm burning up right now. We'll get to that, but conversations will be had. So then we have Blue, which is the other Summers boy, the twin to Gray. Blue is a bodyguard romance, heavy on the found family. I love the way their families came together. Again, I'm a sucker for that. Then, and Monique was like, I'm gonna hit y'all with a reverse. Oh, you think this next book is gonna be another Summers man? It is not. We're gonna introduce you to the Wells boys. Let's introduce these Wells men.
And
So we have Kingston.
Kingston, and Kingston's love interest was one of the Summers sisters.
Tiffany.
Yeah.
Tip.
Sapphire
Who-
Tiffany.
Yes, Sapphire, because they all have color names. And when I say pressure,
Pressure.
that scene when she coming out of that school and he's sitting in the car and he just clocks it like, yep, that's me.
That's me right there. I
She don't know.
thought nothing was going to get better than Gray. And then Kingston came and like that scene that they had in the kitchen, and Gray had to step down because Kingston was out.
Listen, I'm just sitting here like, Blue is good. I was like, we got to read on it because you're going to love Blue. And I was like, oh, wait, Gray is actually better than Blue. My bad. I stand corrected. Wait, Kingston is actually him.
Listen, I'm a sucker for stories where you have a younger sister and she's a little worried about her older brother's perspective. And I know some people don't like that trope because they're like, it's childish. What my older brother's going to tell me? But if you do it right,
If you do it.
the older brothers are him. They have so much influence and they have so much power behind them that yeah, a sister would be a little taken aback because my brothers are them, right?
Right. And you can't come any less than what they would come behind me.
Exactly.
And he didn't. I'll never forget that scene where Tiff and him are going at it because she thinks he did something that he didn't do. And she done call her brother. She alerted. So I'm like, dang, he gonna be here in 10 minutes. And Kingston's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight your brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm not letting up off you, baby.
We're going toe to toe. I'll fight the both of them.
Both. Because you
Because
know
you thought I was
Gray
going to
was
leave.
on the way. Blue was not far behind. You already
I
knew.
don't
He was like, what do
care.
you think I was going to do? Leave?
This is mine. You know what I'm saying? And it was just, and she's yelling and screaming. And in that moment, I'm just kind of like, you done called your brothers for help. And now you worried because it's getting bloody. Like, girl, what you thought? He was going to leave?
You never thought that. You never thought that. Come on.
All right. So then we have August.
Yes.
August was, this is probably going to be the biggest debate of the day, was the unredeemable August. But he has found redemption in my eye.
He's such a sympathizer.
I thought I had been cured. I haven't sympathized all of 2026.
It's been a little bit. It has been a little bit.
It's been a
And
minute
if you're
since
going to
being
sympathize, I will allow August because
Yeah.
sometimes you just be sympathizing with the wrong ones.
And
I
Monique
just-
wrote the heck out of that book, though, because for
Yeah.
us to even care enough, because you know sometimes you can hate a character so much you don't even want to read the book. She made us dislike August so much in Kingston.
That we were almost like, why this book named August? We don't care nothing about him.
Yes,
And
we
then
was
we
on the
started,
fence, and
and
we
I
was even
said-
gonna read it. We was like, ain't nothing August can do to change my opinion of him because it would have to be a time jump. Like we had every reason for why this book was gonna be trash, and I
did.
was like,
And it was a time jump though.
it was. We did get our little jump.
It was like 5 years or something like that, 4 or 5
The
years.
Found family got me because, like, in order for me to care about you, you got me to care about the grandma. Then you got me to care about the daughter. And you got me to care about her eyesight. Then you had me. It was just so well done that I was like, okay, and Monique, I stand corrected.
But then also, don't forget the family element to where we are co-parenting our child, like with another man who's not even the stepfather. He's the bonus.
He's bonus. I love
He's
that.
bonus, and I love that. And we're just responsible, mature adults about it.
What did he end up calling her again?
Gift.
A gift.
Oh my gosh. That little boy was just the sweetest. What's his name? June?
He was.
He was.
And so that's kind of our free gift with purchase. So we had the same discussion with Gray Huffington's L's because we threw Kiana in as an honorable mention. Well, Jehrico, we cannot talk about the series. I'll talk about Jehrico because Jehrico is not a main character, but he gave main character energy.
Every time he showed up, even when he was just the best friend.
Oh, your baby, I don't want to do right.
You mad because I got a key and you don't.
Especially when he had to come with August 7th and the Kingston.
Listen, that was when I was like,
I was ready to write August off. That's exactly when I wrote August off. When he went to that girl house and punched beside her head. Why she carrying your child? And you be
and it's
right,
the
nothing
way.
else to say to me.
But what I love so much about that whole scene, you're right, because that's what we was like, there's no redemption for August. But it's the fact that Jehrico can roll to her house, look at her face, turn around and leave. You don't have to say nothing else to me because I'm going to kill him. You don't have to, I'm not asking what happened. What do you want me to do? That man was a man of action. And I love that.
For me, Jehrico had a whole good life in Atlanta. He said, I'm going to pack it all up. Pack it up. Let's start it again. It's cool. We'll start another one.
His girl and his baby was there. What?
I mean, heavy on the my baby.
They even took like maternity pictures.
Yeah,
holding her belly like,
which is what caused that whole scene. But also, August, you can't be mad that he was willing to do what you didn't want to do. have a seat. Yeah, August was hanging on by a thread.
So does he get any type of leeway that his father was putting that
No,
garbage in his head?
No.
no, sorry.
Because at the end of the day, even if your father is trash, the moment you got that girl pregnant, a good girl, you had a choice to do right by her. I ain't say you had to marry her, but you was just kind of like, I told her to get rid of it. Like, that's her business. That's her problem. Okay.
Did she get pregnant by her son?
Clearly, immaculate conception.
I feel it.
So, yeah, he was low on the totem pole.
He was low on the totem pole because his daddy was locked up being a raggedy father. You're not gonna let that girl hold you back from living your life. You're in
What kind
jail.
of
You
advice
don't
is
have
that?
a life. Shut up.
What kind of advice is that man?
Yeah, August.
Now, I
And
will
then at the
say,
end of the book, between August and Granny,
I kind of need him to have his spinoff, which we did find out that there is more to this series, and it's the Smith series, I think,
yeah,
where we're gonna see some of the characters come back.
yeah.
Because there were two,
Two
I don't
brothers.
want to say they were assassins, but they did like wet work kind of stuff.
Yeah. I gotta read
And
about them
yeah,
because they
that
was
was like 9 books.
yeah
Oh, and I see, because they were named after cities. Was it Houston?
in Dallas, I
And
think.
yeah,
They were
like
okay.
it was something like that, but I definitely want to read those. But so this is where the great debate's gonna come in. We gotta rank them. You gotta rank them and stand by your ranking. Lee, I'm gonna start with you.
No. Let's go across.
What does that mean? Oh, okay. We'll start
Oh,
with you, Lee. Let's start at the bottom. Who's your number
oh,
4?
y'all gonna hate this.
And I know she's gonna pick
But
because
it's my truth. Blue is at the bottom for me. Blue is at the bottom for me. And to be fair, I think Gray was just too good.
It was too
That
good.
I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Like, even when she was like describing him, I'm like, yeah, I already know you. His name is Gray, right? And the storyline was great. Like, I love it, was delicious. But when I think about, August got on my nerves, there were some moments where he was real giving BDE energy. I ain't going to hold, I ain't going to.
yeah.
August had hooked me when he started reading them books to Granny. I said, well,
Yes.
he might be
And when
back in
she
the
was like,
running.
I don't want you to read him anymore. I want August to read to me. He reads them better than you did. I
For
said, okay,
me,
August.
it was when he started caring for old girl when she was sick, and he started building his library in his house because he wanted her to be comfortable. And so yeah, Blue is my 5.
Okay. All right, T. Who's on the bottom of your list?
I fear it's gonna have to be Blue. I fear it's gonna have to be Blue. And don't get me wrong, do I love a grumpy man? Yes. But he just was like unrelenting grumpy for so long. I just was like, bruh, this is too much. Miss Christmas. Yes, Miss Christmas. Shut up.
Call me Jacoba. Just call me Jacoba. Miss Christmas.
Your number 5 killer.
My number 5 is actually Blue. And I would have never in my long-legged life. That's why I was like, I should have just stopped at Blue. I should have never did anything to taint my opinion that he was my favorite. He had that
Mind
I
you, I
love.
started at Killers like Lee, wait for at the same take.
Listen, and I don't know if it's more so for what he was or what he wasn't, but yeah, the grumpiness got to me more this time because I was like, stop, right?
Please, it's enough.
Like, we're here.
Like,
You
he
keep looking
almost
at
had
me.
me. It
I'm
was the
looking at you.
mystery, and it was like, I know that body type. I know, because she couldn't see his face when
Yeah,
when she
because he
first
was
seen
full
him.
SWAT.
And so I was like, oh, I know that walk. And I was like, you do? How you know? Who was that? And then he just wasn't giving in. And it's like, okay, I get it. You're the prize, but like, enough's enough.
Yeah, so like I can respect him wanting to keep that professional distance, but I think it was more so because of that grumpy energy and for how long it consumed the book, it affected my experience more so than I did with the other one. So I was like, yeah, Blue, baby, you at the bottom. You
And
were at the bottom.
okay. So starting back with you, Killer, not Lee, Killer. Who was your number 4?
Okay, I think Kingston is actually going to be my number 4.
What you want? What is you want?
Okay. So I'm not the biggest fan of the virgin trope. I know Lee eats it up, but it comes off a little cringy to me for some reason. I don't know. So that was part of that ain't Kingston's fault. That's not anything Kingston, but that was part of why I didn't enjoy the book as much. But as much as I loved his role in his family, how he took care of his grandmother, again, it was just not, I didn't get the same feels as I did for some of the other men as I did with Kingston. It was a good time. I think for him, surprisingly, because y'all know I love the shenanigans. So what Blue did with the grumpy, I feel like Kingston did with the cockiness. And I was just like, okay, I get it. Like you know who you, and so I just feel like because of some of the characteristics of the other men, I preferred them better.
Okay.
Who am I? I don't know who I am
We
anymore.
don't know you either, girl. Welcome to
Yeah.
Tomfoolery Podcast. I'm T. This is Lee.
We don't know who I am.
Maybe Kelly with a Y. I don't know.
2 L's and a Y
Two
at this
L's and a
point.
Y. A EY at that.
August for me. As much as I really enjoyed August's story, you still did what you did. You know what I'm saying? And for that reason, you can't be at my top. Now the story was good. It was so good. But August as the man, I'm so happy for that girl. But you still took Faith through the ringer. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. And so it's number 4. You go.
I agree. Number 4 is August too. And I always still kind of look at Faith a little sideways because not only did you like, okay, we can be cordial and raise the baby, you like his best friend. He can say, hey, I met this girl and she passed out and I need to go to work. Can you come sit with her? No, can't.
She said, I'm your baby mother. I am not your friend.
Your friend, boo. But so as much as I admire her, I was also just like, girl, you better than me because I'm not. I'm
She
not
said,
the
keep
one
your
or the
emotional
two.
maturity off page because I don't want to hear it. Okay. All right. So that means T, you're first now. Who's your.
Number 3 now.
Now we're in top three.
So I think it's going to have to be Jehrico. And just because he doesn't have his own story for me to get like the full essence of him, he's giving stepdaddy. He's giving, she was never going anywhere. She was never going to be with you. I don't care if you were the nicest one. I was always coming for her. It was giving, yeah, this my family. Not this should have been me. This is my family and I'm sticking beside him. And for that reason, just because he wasn't full-on main character, I think I have to give him number 3.
3 is Jericho for me for the same exact reasons he said. I love everything about him, but I can't put him higher because I need more from him, like more of a story or, but everything that we see him not playing about her, I love that we like got the sense that he went against his family for her. And that whole scene to me solidified him and why he had to be number 3 here. But yeah, I know a little bit more about about number 2 and number 1. So yeah.
I think that's fair. So Jericho would be my 3, too. Just because, I mean, not really even for the same reasons. It didn't bother me as much that he wasn't on page. I feel like it's when he showed up, he showed up. Like
Absolutely.
it was never just some passive like Jericho took me out to
For
lunch.
sure.
Like, when he clocked in,
He was
he
all the
was
way in.
all the way in. And I just feel like he was the epitome of if he wants to, he will. Like to your point, Lee, not only did he have a life, he had a life, a reputation, and pull in his city. It wasn't just like he was like, oh, I'm relocating my life. Like he was a legacy where he was and was like, you say the word, you say the first syllable of the word, and I promise you, I'm leaving it all.
And
To
she
the
didn't even say words. She was taking too long. He just packed it up without her even, you know
even
what
to
I
the
mean?
point where his family was like, forget her, right? And he's like, what are y'all talking about?
Forget
They
you.
ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
She
And
was
then just the
like,
whole scene about how they met. Does that happen? Yeah, that happens in August's book. Yeah. The whole scene of how they meet, which was like tragic. And like from day one, he was like, I'm gonna protect this girl. I'm all about a man who makes a woman's safety his business.
period.
Nothing asked. You're my business. I mean, literally, come in the house. Excuse me? Come in the house. You're mine now, but in the least creepiest way possible because we're not gonna be together. I'm just gonna help you out. So
You love that. Like a black woman's safety and protection is a black man's business.
Authority,
yes,
correct.
because I if there's one thing I can't stand is seeing someone look by and watch a female just be in distress and be like, "Well, that ain't my problem. Like she ain't my problem." Yes, yes, she is your problem. Protect her. It's the least you could do. So yeah, that's why he's my 3.
Okay, Lee, who's your T?
Well, this was difficult, but my 2 is Gray. I love me some Gray down. I love him down so bad. I love him so bad, okay? I love that Gray is a stepdaddy. I love that he was not going to allow that ex-husband of hers to make her feel any way. If anything, he was taunting and bullying him at work. I love that energy. I love that he was a good big brother. I love that I love that he believed everything she said about her parents. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. You're probably like, so why isn't he your number one, Lee? Because I just love my number one just a tad bit
It
more.
more. It be just like that.
Yeah.
Just a tad bit. But Gray to me was the perfect way to start the series.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Killer.
I know in y'all mind it shouldn't be hard because it's gonna be between August and Gray. And y'all are like, "It's just answer the question, Kelly."
August made it up too high. I don't even know why
You
he's
know
this
what I'm
high.
saying? That's all I'm saying.
It is really hard for me because the things that I don't like is what's making me struggle with putting one above the other. But
Tell me what you don't like about Gray.
so the only thing that rubbed me a little wrong with Gray, and we talked about this in another book that we read. I'm not going to insert the name, but when people insert themselves around children, even though I know he had good intentions, it was just the way that he was kind of
That's
like,
not remotely the same thing.
it's not the same, but it was just like, "Get away from my kid." Like, I get that you have a badge on and everything, and I know I'm working, I'm busy. He was like, "Imma go get us some, food." And it's like, I felt it did not come across as skeevy on page. It came across like it was supposed to, but my real life feelings was getting away. I'd been like, "Playa, like, please stop." Like, I appreciate your sentiment. So that just but again, it's all good, but and with, August, it was that whole faith business. It was, "Why you have to do my girl like that?" So I think for that reason, the sin is worse for August. At least Greg was doing it with all good intentions. So I guess my 2 is gonna have to be August, even though that's so hard for me because again, I love a blended family. I love a found family that is gonna do it for me every time. I love a step parent, and I feel like this had it all. It gave me every single aspect of it, and we got a chance to not make excuses for August, but for him to realize I was in the wrong. So I'm going to adjust myself
And that's
to
exactly
make
what he
sure that
did.
this is good. And so, like, when he would refer to Jericho, he would like, I can think at one point he was like, as your fathers, like plural. Like he was like, I'm sharing the spotlight because he's been here since day one.
Day one.
That's man
He
shit.
also don't got a choice. Disrespect Jericho if you want to.
But he could be immature and he could still be trying to ruffle some feathers. He was like, I never was gonna do right by this girl. He got out of the way and let somebody take care of Faith. Again, he still did wrong, but um I I would forgive Gray being too aggressive with my child quicker than I could forgive August
Oh, for
doing
sure.
Faith dirty. So I guess August is my 2, but it
Because
was hard.
Argus was putting his own child in danger.
Yeah.
Your own child?
Yeah.
Because if you can't go to Bella Noches, where can you go?
Where can you go? August is a little too high on Kelly's list, but it's Kelly's list. It's
It's valid.
Kelly's
Kelly's
list.
list.
And Imma stand by it.
Go ahead, stand by it.
So I have between Gray and Kingston. And I felt hard for both of them. And I just don't know. I love a man who just is him, and they were both him. I think I'm gonna have to put Kingston at number 2 because
Yeah.
he's related to August.
The sins of the father or the brother. My God. He
I
can handle
mean,
his
he was great. He let it be known, like, baby girl, I'm a man. I don't care about your brothers. I'll yoke you up right here in this club in front of them. And then what?
That might have been my favorite scene. That's like top 3 scene for me, I think, in that book.
And so I'm like, yeah, I like that. You should have beat him more when he was a kid. I don't know.
That part. And that's also why Kingston's low on my list. He's a product of his environment. You raise him better.
Correct. But I also, you were talking about you didn't enjoy aversion tropes, and those can be tricky. I did like that, and Monique didn't harp on that a lot, and she didn't let it drag out for too long.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I was like, it had really nothing to do with how she wrote it. Just at the moment she was like, I've been saving my cookie. I was like, oh, here we go. But I immediately went to the group chat and I was like, Lee, I just heard something you're gonna love.
Yeah, I think she did it right, because she wasn't like too old. Like, it wasn't no Dream, what you doing being this old? And it's like,
Dream was 24. That was not even that old.
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. I don't know. I mean, it was Demon, but it just wasn't. It was done well, but I don't have any other reasons to put him number 2. Maybe because he had locks. I don't know. We do, and it was Kingston, and I like that, especially when he called her Sapphire.
Good stuff. Okay, well, back to you two. That means your number 1 is
Big Daddy Gray.
lay it on us. Why is it number 1?
Big Daddy Gray. I love a man who's just like, so you just gonna act like you don't like me? Okay. I'll be here tomorrow, and the next day, and the
2 p.m.
next
sharp.
day, and the next day. You
That's
can
okay,
actually
being
set your clock
wrong.
to me, because I'm coming.
And T love when a man's being a man. She love that.
That the baby, he wasn't too pushy on having a relationship. Just like, oh, you like the color? Let's color together. Yes. Listen to your mama. I see you tomorrow, because I'm coming. And then when she was like, listen, yo, enough is enough, he said, if she ever say the word, I'm never letting up. The word was said, here he come.
Say
Baby
less.
girl, I'm here. And the way he got the ex-husband and new wife together, yeah, it's great. All day long.
Okay.
Well, let me break up this gray fest because by process of elimination, yours is gray too.
Yeah.
For the exact reasons Kelly put Kingston low, I put him high because one thing about me, I love a virgin story. I love this idea of a woman, especially when someone's not a virgin, because I don't really care for the stories where it's like I'm a virgin because I was told I had to stay one, or it was like for somebody else's pleasure. I like Tiffany was a little older. I want to say she was like 26, 25, 26. I like it because it was just like you grow up around men who are them once, right?
Yep.
You know what masculinity is supposed to be. You know what protection is supposed to look like. And sorry, I just never felt that tingly sensation down there for none of these boys because they're just they're boys, right?
Yeah.
And so I love the idea of this man coming around, and I love that the fact that the brothers knew who he was. Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
so
Like, why are you with Kingston? Oh, you know Kingston?
I
Yeah, we know
love
Kingston.
that birthday scene, and he comes in and the brothers know who he is and she doesn't expect to see him. I also love when a woman blocks a man and he don't care nothing about being blocked. I don't care nothing about that. Okay?
Dude.
I'm gonna find you.
Girl, I'm on the way. You done gave me too much information by giving me your phone number. We go together now.
I can't even use all my resources.
And don't forget that I'm a detective. Don't forget who I am, what I do, right? I also love the fact that he had locks. Come on now. Come on. That was real high on my list. Even her mom, even Tiffany's mom was like, "Ooh, Grace."
Yeah. Because even when she called him at the courthouse just because she needed to get away, he was just like, "Why gotta be that? What's going? Is you cool?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Kingston was it.
I rubbed my feet together from the time I started, and we talk all here about all the time. I don't read as fast as I used to. I got responsibilities now. I read Kingston in 2 days. That is rare for me.
Yeah. Ate him
It
up.
was good. It was good.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
Killer, killer, killer.
Well, to Lee's point, process of elimination, mine is Gray with the big G, never the little G. I think what really solidified it is, y'all know I love romance thriller aspect,
Yes.
a mystery aspect. So I got both of those in this. And what really sealed it for me is similar to how Kingston was with Blue and Gray. I love the way he was about her ex. I don't, who is you talking to?
Correct.
I don't, I don't care who you think you are, what you think you are. And then it's the fact that he was so rah-rah over Gray. Go see about your son. Could you do that, please, sir? You worried about what I'm doing. So, like, to Lee's point, when he got him all the way together and that woman all the way together, I was like, I like that.
Yes, Gray's story to me was so unexpected. I didn't know what to think. I just never thought it was gonna be that. Like, that gives me the same feeling of reading anonymous acts. And I'm just
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah. Yeah. Cause like you'll be reading, you'll be feeling all lovey dove, and you'll be like, oh, I forgot there's crime.
We was trying to solve something.
It is solving.
I was like,
yes,
I've been in this love bubble. I forgot she's
Yes.
in danger.
because you
Yeah.
start out, she's pregnant, husband coming home, hey baby, we've been divorced for 4
All
years.
the
I'm like,
things.
well, how the baby's got to be 4 because you was like, it just went so left, and I was like, okay, girl, I'm gonna trust
So
the
left so
process,
quickly.
but
So to me, it was some of that same energy how Jericho had hyper ownership over Faith and her child. I loved how he had hyper ownership. Like the moment he decided that was gonna be his woman, it's gonna be together. It was like, again, it's that protection thing. I don't care what it is. You two are my business.
my business.
You're my business from top to bottom. And so I like the fact that it was never well, I just met her, so I probably shouldn't be saying nothing to her man. Whatever. No, I don't like it. And then I just like the little nuggets we even got in the latter books where I think it was in August book, she was at the shop and she didn't answer her phone and he rolled up like, how much time I got to tell you don't be in here, after 6 o'clock. And she was like, oh my God. He was like, "Who? I'm not playing. Like, get your stuff. Let's go." I'm like,
What
okay,
I
fine.
like, what really sealed it for me was at the end of the book, and baby boy was like, I want your name. And he was like, Gray. And I was like, one, that's when you found out he named his daughter Gray too. I was like, I love a little girl being named after her daddy. And he was like, he looking at little baby like, what you mean? Like, we already here. He was like, how about I give you the last name Summers? And he was like, yeah. And I was like,
I'm
you
telling you, that sounds like
deserve that.
playing me. Don't ever half step. Be all in. And I feel like Gray was all in from the rip. And then and it's like the reason why we love Ledge, right? It was that steady love at her pace. He was like, I'm not gonna push.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna show up every day.
I just want to say this real quick. Kelly don't like my recommendations. Usually they
I,
always flop. No, I'ma say what I got to say. Every time I recommend something to Kelly, she gonna hate it. The fact that Kelly's favorite Ray Huffington book is Ledge as well.
I think that's wild. I want to do one more thing before we leave. And I want us to take 1 or 2 attributes from each of the guys to build. We love a builder, man.
mhm.
And I want you to take 1 or 2 attributes from each of the guys and build your perfect Summers or Wells man. I don't know Jericho's name, but he's going to be a Summers or Wells.
Do that. I can do that. I make Blue's ability to be at the right place at the right time.
Every
Blue
time.
knows when to show up.
Yes, he does.
I'm gonna take that from Blue.
I love that.
I'm going to take the pressure that Gray applies.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to pair it with August's redemption ability, his ability to be able to apologize and his ability to be able to start all over. I'm going to also pair that with Jericho's violence. I love a man that gets violent about me. I love it. Keep getting violent about me.
Absolutely.
And we're going to put it all in my man Kingston with his locks and his BDE.
Right.
And that's a good man.
And that's
Yeah.
a good man.
That's a good man. Kill over the right and Corporate Kelly is right.
Mhm.
It need to be fresh off the dome, baby.
Can't do it off the dome. I have to work it out.
You ready,
Here
T?
you
'Cause
go now.
Kelly needs some time.
So I'm gonna put all of my attributes of a man inside of Gray Summers because I like the swag he had with the badge around his diamond chain, his jades. I love that. I'm gonna take Kingston's love for somebody with a smart mouth. Tiffany was giving that man the blues, and he was like, "Okay, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you. I'll see you tomorrow." I'm gonna take August's love for reading because he started reading them books and then he started reading them books on his own time. I'm gonna take Jericho's haughtiness. Boy, what you mad? Cause you ain't got a key? Cause that's not your girl no more? I love that. But I gotta who else am I missing?
Blue.
Blue?
Yeah.
Oh, Blue.
You know what I mean?
Blue. I like Blue's girls.
There it is. 'Cause
That
he
part.
got him.
How did we forget about that part? The fact that
His diamond
she
grill.
pulled out, she's like, "Am I getting a glimpse of a grill?"
I like that. And I also love his quiet protection because he didn't have to be loud and boisterous. But when he was in Colorado with the Christmases, everybody was safe and they knew it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have mine. I don't like being put under pressure. You know, I like to get my homework early so I can think about it. But
I don't do homework. I do pop quiz.
so I like the way you preface yours. I would definitely build my man, I think, in Kingston. I think he's who I would build my man
Yes,
in.
that's a
And
good man,
that is,
Savannah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, give me the vessel. I want the vessel.
It's the rocks.
For Gray, I just want his grown man energy. Like, I just feel like everything about him radiated oldest brother. And to see him next to the dad, I'm like, yeah, I love that Gray was like, I'm gonna be everything that man is, and I'm gonna double down and do more. I like that about him. And it was just always about his business. I would take Blue's intuition because I felt like several times in the book he just trusted his gut
Yes.
and went with it, whether anybody else was on board. He was just like, something about this ain't right. And kind of piggybacks off of yours, Lee. He was just at the right place at the right time every time because he trusted his gut every single time. Like that scene when her manager shows up, I would take that scene every time. Every time. Because you're
The
a scumbag.
manager and the driver.
Yes.
It was like,
a name was off the rip. Yes. They got to that house. She gets out the car like, oh my God, we're safe. And great. Okay, what's Blue doing? Bam, bam. Like, who are you working with? And she's like,
what do you mean? He was like, he was slowing down instead of speeding away.
And
He's
him
like-
being at the right place at the right time transcended multiple books.
yes.
I think the first one too.
Yes, it really did. I would take Kingston's pressure for sure and his love for family because, again, he had to be dad to August and figure out how to be a grandson to his grandmother, but a caregiver to the grandmother. And like that was like his driving force. Like everything he was doing was to make sure they were okay, often putting himself last. So I definitely like that. And then just the fact, like I said, when he first saw that girl, he was like, I'm getting married in 6 months. It's a done deal. I don't even know her name, but she's mine.
Sure did.
For August, I will take his growth because I think we got to see him grow so much and in his ownership. Like it took a little longer than we would have wanted it to.
Sure.
But the fact that when he got there, he was owning his shit. He was like, I fucked up. Faith is a good person.
Yeah.
Jehrico, take good care of my baby.
And that's what I like to see. It was like he just took those 4 or 5 years and just dealt with himself. Like it wasn't like he spiraled and was like with a bunch of women just doing whatever. It was like he almost went too inside of himself where he was like depressed and couldn't move on. But once he did, it was like, oh no, I got to take accountability and I have to do better.
Then from Jehrico, I would take his action. Like I said, I don't want to have to ask you to protect me ever. I don't.
Because what are you here for if I have to ask?
If I have to tell you why I'm on the floor crumpled up and crying, what are you here for? Go deal with it. And so I just love the fact that whatever it was, Like he could be had just landed in Atlanta and she'd be like, "Achoo." He'd be like, "Oh shit, she needs some tissue. Let me get back on the plane and get to Walgreens and get some." It was like she never had to say anything. She just had to exist. And for that, giving her the ability after what she went through to have her soft girl life, even though she was on the fence about her situation, he was willing to wait and be patient and be like, you know what? I'm still gonna show up for you. It wasn't like a no quid pro quo thing. Like, I'm gonna scratch your back if you scratch mine. He's like, you need a man in your life, and I'm gonna be that man for as long as you let me. And I'm not going anywhere. So I think that would be my man, my
I
man, my
like
man.
them, man. Sign me up
Nice
for
one.
one of them.
But it was a good time. A good time was had with all the men.
With
I'll say
all
that
the
much.
men. Yes.
So I think it's fair to say that M. Monique March was a success.
Yes, it was.
For sure.
We enjoyed it, and I love getting in people's catalogs. Thank you. Thank you, Kelly. This one was you. I'll shout you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was tea time with
Kelly.
T.
and Lee. See you next time.